In Epistle to the Romans 1:19-20, Paul explains that what can be known about God is made plain through creation, because the invisible things of him are clearly seen by the things that are made. The physical world is therefore not separate from spiritual truth. It is a visible teaching tool. Since spirit cannot be detected by the natural eye, creation serves as a mirror. What is invisible in essence becomes understandable through what is visible in form. The material realm becomes a parable of the spiritual realm. If we study what is seen correctly, we are meant to discern what is unseen. When you speak of Yahweh as Father, you are describing a state of divine existence, the unseen, incomprehensible Spirit who is the parental source and substance of all that exists. A father is not merely a title, it is a declaration of origin and substance. Everything that comes forth proceeds from that source. Nothing generates itself. Nothing appears from nothing. If Yahweh is truly the source of all things, then whatever exists must derive its being from him. That means existence itself is not independent, it is sourced. The visible sonship principle helps illustrate this. In the natural realm, when a father has a son, that son does not introduce a foreign substance into existence. The child is composed entirely of what came from the parents. The 46 chromosomes that form a human life are not self-created. They are inherited. The child brings nothing independent to the table. He is the parental substance expressed in a new form. When you look at the son and see the father's features, you are witnessing substance continuity, not separation. The son is not a different material being. He is the father's life extended. Applied spiritually, this analogy suggests that manifestation does not mean separation. If Yahweh is the sole spiritual substance and there exists no other eternal material outside of him, then whatever exists must be derived from his spirit. To claim independent existence would imply another source, another substance, another origin. Yet if there is no reality outside of Yahweh, then independence becomes an illusion. Separation would mean self-origination, and self-origination would mean existing apart from the only source. This is where the understanding of sin shifts from behavior to identity. Sin is not first a moral misstep. It is a relational denial. It is the forgetting of origin. When one denies their parental source, claiming, I am not of that father, I am my own, the denial does not alter their substance. It only reveals disconnection in awareness. The chromosomes remain what they are regardless of the child's confession. In the same way, spirit remains the source regardless of the creature's belief. The issue is not biological or ontological change. It is conscious separation. Under this framework, sin becomes the internal decision to see oneself as independent in source and substance. It is claiming coexistence with the Father as though you are self-sustaining rather than sourced. It is spiritual fatherlessness, not because the Father has rejected you, but because you have rejected the acknowledgement of where you come from. To call oneself separate is to declare another origin. Yet if there is no other origin, that declaration is illusion. This fatherlessness is not imposed. It is chosen within. It is the adoption of a mindset of duality. It is saying, I exist apart, when all existence flows from one spirit. The Father does not sever his own substance. Spirit does not amputate itself. The separation exists in perception, not in reality. The denial is one-directional. It is not the Father denying the child. It is the child denying the Father. So creation remains the instructor. The Father state, unseen spirit, the Word or Son state, visible expression, and the indwelling life all illustrate one continuous reality moving from invisibility to manifestation and awareness. The fall, then, is not primarily an act. It is amnesia. It is believing existence is self-generated or separate from its source. Restoration is remembrance. It is the awakening back to origin, the reconciliation of perception with substance, the recognition that what you are has always been sourced in the Father.